to my channel. Tonight we're out here with my good friend Boots. We're going to do some ghost hunting tonight. It's the first time I've ever been to his house. So I'll let him chime in and tell you a little bit about what we're going to do tonight. Go ahead, Boots.
So, turn the camera around and I'll show you the pine. Let's walk over here a little bit maybe. So these trees were planted actually by the guy that lives here many years ago. This all was a ranch at one time. But there was a factory up in the woods up here in the 1800s and a lumber place. And we moved here 2 years ago, and we had activity the first time we came and looked at the place actually. So I started taking pictures, and if you go to Jimmy Boots on TikTok, you'll see a bunch of pictures that we have captured on there. But apparently, we don't know all the history, but we're trying to figure it out. I kind of messed it up, so you might have to. So I have a lot more to learn about the history here. There is a lot of history in LEWISBERRY, which is the name of the town here. Some of the history in LEWISBERRY, we have, they made the musket guns for the Revolutionary War here. They made pieces for the windows for the White House. There's a lot of history, coffee, and so on. So LEWISBERRY is a very active site, and I imagine from all the history and the people that want to keep on going, I'll scratch that, but all right, 3, 2, 1. So here is where I'm getting a lot of activity, is in these pine trees here. Now, the first day we moved here, we were in the back of my house looking at the bedroom with the landlord, and I heard a girl laughing, and I said something to the landlord and Liz, and they didn't hear it, but then she laughed again, and I could see their expressions on their face, you know what I mean? So they heard her. And then it got to the point we'd be hearing like two girls in our basement, which is just like for oil, you know, hold an oil tank. And we could hear them like talking, but you can't make out what they're saying. But then you hear them giggling. And a quick story is there's a trailer there that somebody was staying at temporarily. And I told them about this, and they said, oh my God, something's been banging on my trailer and sitting on my bed. And they heard the giggling and the same thing we've been hearing up here. But the only difference was there, the ghost, the person that was haunting the place was agitated or angry with them, or her, the girlfriend. And when she walked out of the one room, they threw her pocketbook at her, and all her stuff come flying out. Then another night, they took this motorcycle helmet that was lodged into where it was, and it just come flying out at her, and a few other things. And I did a ghost box session, and I asked them, I said, do you like the guy that's in the trailer? And they said, yes. And I said, do you like the girl that's in the trailer? And they said, no. So she wound up putting crosses all around the trailer, but they're not there no more. But anyways, it's, like I said, it's very active here. And now it seems like this is where I'm getting most of my activity, is in these pines here. Why? I don't know. I don't understand why they're using these pines. But anything from shadow figures to full apparitions almost. And I hope it's not starting to rain. I thought so. No, stars above. So I'm going to take some pictures now, and maybe we can give you an idea. All right. So when I take pictures, I use our Android phone, and I use the night mode, and it will light it up some, and it actually pulls them out. And I also use smoke sometimes, but I use the vape because it's got oil in it, and the oil tends to stick to them. And you can definitely see the difference between the smoke and them, and know that it's not the smoke. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Flip it around. Alright. So let's see if we can get some things here. Give you an idea. And if you go to TikTok under Jimmy Boots, you'll see a lot of stuff that we have captured from here as well. Alright, let's see if we can get anything. Yeah, if you say his name, then he can see that this is real. That you're real. Or even say my name. Any other time, I hear you saying my name all night long. Yeah. Alright, so if you look right here, you can see something coming out of the tree. So let's do this. Let's, boom. Alright, hit that. Now, where is it? Where is it? Right there. Alright. So let me go to the contrast. Alright, let's darken it up some. Alright, you see them? And then, whoops. Then, which way do I need to go? Right there. And you see him sticking out, that's his head coming out between the trees. Isn't that cool? I can make it lighter too, and see if I can make that darker. I'm trying to bring it out so we can see it better, but it's not the easiest thing to see. This was the bright picture, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Alright, but there is something sticking out right there. This was easy to see. Alright, cool. Man, my leg's killing me. Alright. You know, we can also